Afternoon. Uh, this is Sam back again with another video on the corona outbreak that is taking place all over the world, or the pandemic we are facing right now as we speak. So I'm giving my daily update. Right now it's in the afternoon here in Botswana, around 3 o'clock if I can be specific. And as I'm looking at the TV, they're telling us that there are more death that has happened, like in Italy and also in America. It seems like there are more people who have passed away as well, so they're keeping us updated. But also, what I'm more interested in is not really about what we are getting on this. Yes, they might be giving us news, but they're not really giving us all the facts. I'm worried about morely the people who are in the ground, the people who can actually tell us what is really happening, who is the like who's holding the actual information we need, so that we might know what we can do, so we can actually help each other all over the world. So I'm wondering if you are in the UK. I've seen some, it seems like in Italy they're dealing with this situation by daily singing and stuff. That's what I'm seeing on the TV, but real life, like real, how are they dealing with it? The people basically there, that is the part we are missing. That's why we are wondering, can you be able to update us so that we know how it's going around? Because what we only know right now, I just said that in my country, like in the country that I'm in Botswana, they are closing all the borders today, like the borders from South Africa to Bots. They are closing the borders. At the same time, they're saying that the schools are also being closed. The corona outbreak has not yet been identified or defined that is there now in Bots, but they're just doing it out of just to keep the thing safe, so that we can control this thing. We get the upper, we go like in an upper hand than before usual. And the other thing, like I said in the morning, I'm really worried. I feel like this thing is already there, but we haven't really like taken it into consideration how it has spread to this, because I feel like I know that it might be already there in boats as I speak, but nobody has actually been tested, because Africans will have a problem of not going for testings and stuff. I'm speaking to you like right now, I haven't even gone for testings, because also the other thing is that I don't know where they're testing it. I don't know where exactly you can go unless you go by the borders. I heard that that's where you are getting those corona tested that they're doing, but we have nothing else that we can use to test this thing. But so I hope that we can improve and we can get more, so that we can do more into canceling this thing. So what do we look for? What is the whole thing? The question that I have today for right now in the afternoon is, what is it can help us to deal with this situation? How is it going to end up? What is the end idea of how we're going to reach to the end of this thing? Why am I asking that? Okay, we are being told should be quarantined, should be at home, we shouldn't be less movement, we shouldn't be found together like a lot of people at the same place. Yes, and most of the places I've seen, they're taking that too seriously, and they're really obeying whatever the people are saying. But also I'm wondering, what is it? Do we have any progress on how they are creating this thing? Do we have anything that we might say, okay, we have this virus, the antivirus that they've created, that is not yet being taken to the public, but it's something that we can work with at the moment as we wait and produce a better one that can help us in this situation? That is my question right now. I want to know, what do you think? What do you think is being done? Do we have any information that can tell us that, as the public, that can give us an assurance that we're going somewhere with this outbreak? I know maybe in the Europe or in America or even in Asia, they are working on 24/7, but can they produce something or provide something? Because if I remember yesterday, I heard that there are more deaths in the Iran, more people died, and it might not be what we have not been told, or we have not been given any idea from the government or how, but we just said a sign of like they try to do that skeleton thing to identify what is happening, and we've discovered that there are more people who've passed away there. So we don't know exactly what is happening there. Seems like more people are dying outside of China, outside of Iran, without actually knowing. But if I remember well, they were saying estimate of 65,000 people are people who are estimated to be dead, who have been killed by the coronavirus. But more people, like in Italy, they were saying around 25,000 of people who are affected at the moment, and the people keep increasing each and every time. So we don't know how it is moving, but it seems like it's spreading. And now that's where I found myself worried in an African state, like I'm saying. They said that in Europe or in Africa, in America, they're able to identify this because more people are being tested and they're discovering that they have. But in Africa, we are not being tested. We don't know what is happening. Maybe the virus is already there, but because of our lack of food, the materials to use, our lack of maybe resources, money to use, we don't know how it is moving. Maybe it's already there in all of us, and we are just being wasting time drinking this cup of water that they're mixing with lemon. That they're saying it can help us. That's why we're being told by our local government and stuff. But we don't know because it cannot stop that. It can actually help so that you can. It restricts. I don't know how true it is. So for people like me, I'm spending in the house. Okay, I'm already self-quarantining myself, but what about the rest of the world? What about the people that I'm supposed to be with in this house? I don't know what is happening. I don't know how they're dealing with. So that's why I'm asking to the whole world, can we come together so that we can actually talk about how you are doing it wherever you are, in each and every city you are, each and every country you are, how you are dealing with this situation, with this pandemic, how we are able to help each other, and whatever that you might give us as tips. Send your videos. There will be an email again, like in my former video. I'll put another email. You can always send on those emails so that we might share with the world, so that we help each other. This is something that we, as the world, we have to come together and we unite and we work together so that we help each other in dealing with this situation and limiting the number of death or people who are losing in this world, because it has been told now it's now a global pandemic because more people are dying. So I hope that we can come up with a way or a way we might deal with this. I'll just keep you updated. I think on this video of this, I'm gonna put a profile or showing you the recent map that they've sent of how many people have been affected with this corona outbreak, and you will hear whatever we have to do. And in terms of the antivirus, is there anyone who have any information or any update of how we are dealing with this situation so that we might know how to deal with this situation? It's not about dealing about how we take these things or how to look at it. We are just trying to help each other so that we can be at a better place. Like right now, what I'm doing right now, if I'm not working on my work of by the way, I'm an architect. I do these things. I'm just a person doing architect. If I'm not working on my work, I'm dealing with something else so that we can just spend more into understanding how we deal with this. So let's spread the news, guys. Let's talk about it. Let's see how do we deal with this situation, because it's becoming a problem now. Many people are dying and we can't keep losing people in this world if we don't try to find ourselves with a way of dealing with this thing. So tell me what you think. Let me hear you guys so that we find out how you are dealing with this situation, because this is an outbreak for the whole world. And I know that when you're at home, if you're not watching CNN like I'm doing right now, it's like I've been watching it since morning. That's the only thing I'm watching, and maybe trying to find out how we're dealing with these things. Some people are sports fans like me. I'm a football fan. My team was supposed to be taking the league, Liverpool, if you know what I mean. We have been stopped with that. We don't know how we deal with this situation because we are at this stage, at this moment. What can you say? Do you have any update on how the cure or whatever they're trying to produce as the world? Or should we go religiously? Because if I remember last week, it was announced that Prophet TB Joshua said that by 27th of March, this outbreak will start to disappear or more. I think that I'll just I'll put a link of the video that he was giving the prophecy, so that we just try to, should we rely on the religious part or religious perspective? Like you can see this thing, it's more religious people in this house. We all praise the Lord, we trust in the Lord. Should we rely on that? Or we should rely on the scientific? And if we are relying on this scientific, if I remember in school, they say that you have to produce what it should be evidence to believe in something. What is the evidence that you're providing scientifically for us to believe that we're going somewhere? So talk to me, guys. Send your videos and comment down below if you have something to share with the world, so that we'll find a way of dealing with this pandemic. So this same with another video number 2 of the corona outbreak. I'll keep sending more anytime, any day, whenever I find any information to share. Like right now, I'm just giving you the recent update that we're getting of this. I'll just keep on sending. So you talk to me, I'm just gonna be talking here, and anything that I get of you, I'll put it straight on this channel so that the whole world may be able to view and we might talk about it. So this is the corona pandemic, another one, and you subscribe for more, because I'll be doing this every single day, minute of the moment, whenever I have to say something. So talk to us, guys. Let's hear how we do with this thing. Let's help each other. Let's come together from the east to west to south and north, so that we can fight this thing, because many people are dying. We don't want to keep losing our brothers and sisters. Thank you.